So in the Russia-Ukraine war, Ukraine is the country who has suffered the most but not ready to give up. If you want to become an entrepreneur, your journey has to be till infinity. If you decide, you have to fight till the end as an entrepreneur. अभी ये चालू करेंगे, 2-3 महीने में देखते हैं कोई इन्वेस्टर फंडिंग देता है तो नहीं देता है, नहीं दिया नया बिजनेस चालू करेंगे. माइंड में ये फिक्स है कि एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना है, लेकिन कोई फंडिंग देगा तो एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना है, किसी पर्पस के लिए एंटरप्रेन्योर नहीं बनना है. सो पीपल डोंट हैव एनी स्ट्रॉन्ग पर्पस इन देयर माइंड टू बिकम एन एंटरप्रेन्योर. So thank you for giving this opportunity to come and interact with you. I would like to have a close interaction and a close dialogue with each of you. तुमच्या सगळ्यांशी मला भरपूर चर्चा करायची आहे, कारण एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप किंवा इनोव्हेशन हे काही एका दिवसात घडू शकत नाही. यू हॅव टू think of it for a long time. You have to think of innovation for a long time, and then only it happens. A lot of times it happens that young people think of something today, and then tomorrow they have another $1 million idea, then next day again they have a $1 billion idea, and after that they have a $1 trillion idea, and every day they have an idea, and the idea comes and the idea perishes. Nothing changes in the life of my young people. Why is it so that nothing changes? So first of all, let me understand how many people are here who want to become an entrepreneur or who are already an entrepreneur. Okay, so I can see at least like a few dozens of people, close to 100 people sitting here want to become an entrepreneur. They are already an entrepreneur or they want to become an entrepreneur. Can someone tell me what is the purpose you want? Why do you want to become an entrepreneur? What is the reason? Are you like, feeling like you see Elon Musk putting some tweets, and you see Mark Zuckerberg, and that is the reason you want to become an entrepreneur? Or is there some other reason? Can someone tell me what is their reason of becoming an entrepreneur? Self-independent. You want to become independent. So you are not independent today? So financially you want to become independent. Okay. But I don't think so. If you are dependent on your parents, that is not a big deal. No? What is the big deal? Enjoy your life. Papa mummy kama rahe hai na, kya farak pad raha hai? So there has to be a solid reason. No? Anyone else has any strong reason to become an entrepreneur? Yes. Okay, you have great ideas and you want to execute those great ideas. That is the reason you want to become an entrepreneur. But if once your idea is executed, then what is the purpose that will be left after executing the idea? Do you have an idea for lifetime? So if the idea is not for lifetime, then probably that idea, after execution of that idea, nothing would be there for you to do. And that is the problem of the young generation at the moment. Definitely, I also consider myself very young, but not as young as the college pass outs or those who have just started their startup. So definitely ESDS is not a startup anymore, and couple of my other companies also, like Rasvera Wines is also there, and my UK companies are there, my American companies are there. So they are no longer a startup, so they don't get categorized in a startup category. But I started with the business with a very strong purpose. I had a purpose in my mind. So before I talk about my purpose, why I started, let me tell you that the time today can never be better than it was ever. So the opportunity that you have living in India, you are in a country which is so protected, so prosperous, growing at a 6, 7, 8% GDP. Next year it can grow at a double-digit GDP also. These are the kind of opportunities which no one else in the world has got. Let me tell you, no one else in the universe has got. And let me also tell you that no one in the entire galaxy or all the galaxies together has the opportunity which you have today. Why do I think so? Why do I think so? That the opportunity which is there today cannot exist or will not exist for a long, long time, because the ideal conditions which are required for you to become a multi-billion-dollar entrepreneur are there on this planet and in this country only. Elon Musk is trying to find life on some other planets. Our scientists are searching whether life exists on any other planet or not. How many of you think that life would exist on some other planets or in some other galaxies? You all think that there would be life? Okay. So somewhere less than 50% people think that life exists. Now let me tell you the truth why we are there on the Mother Earth. What will happen if you go on Mars and if you stand for 5 seconds in open sun? So let's say sun is shining, you are standing on the surface of the Mars. What will happen in 5 seconds? Radiation will kill you, the solar storm would kill you. Okay, so you cannot stand on Mars even for 5 seconds. Any other planet which is there, you cannot, neither on Jupiter, neither on Saturn, neither on Mars, none of the other planets you can go and expose yourself to the sun. It is only Earth where you can expose yourself to the sun. Why? Why do you know? Science says that there is a magnetic field on the Earth. So why there is no magnetic field on Mars? Why there is no magnetic field on Jupiter or Saturn? Why is the magnetic field only on the Earth? It is the consciousness of Mother Earth, the planet on which we are. The consciousness of that Mother Earth protects us from anything that is harmful. And it absorbs all the bad things that come from outside. Whether it is the solar storm or any kind of radiation, or whether it is any kind of meteoroid, anything that is any asteroid, anything that tries to come on Earth, the consciousness of Mother Earth absorbs it. There is nothing that can come and hurt you from the space. Imagine what kind of love she has for us. You are protected by the consciousness of Earth, not by any magnetic field, neither by any ozone layer. Scientists may say that this and that, and then why there is no oxygen on Mount Everest? If the ozone layer protects you on top, then why there is no oxygen on Mount Everest? Why do we feel suffocated when we go on Mount Everest? So you are at the most appropriate place. Your enemies cannot cross that Mount Everest. Your enemies cannot cross those Himalayas. We are at the best location we are situated. Now the sun, for every other planet, the sun might be so dangerous, but for us, sun is a blessing. He is our father. So if the planet Earth is mother, the sun is our father. The oceans, in Hindu mythology, we have seen that Samudra Manthan was done thousands and millions of years ago. Whenever it happened, Samudra Manthan was done. All the poison which was there on this planet, all the toxic gases which were there on this planet, all of that was absorbed by the sea. All those toxic gases were absorbed by the trees. So each and everything that was not right for the life to exist, all of that was actually nullified. And that is the reason we are there on this planet Earth. If there was no oxygen on this planet, we could not have survived. If there was no clean water, we could not have survived. We are surviving because the planet's consciousness has actually helped us to come this far. And what are our problems? When such ideal conditions are created for life on this planet Earth, what are the problems that we are facing every day? When you get up in the morning, what you read, and then the first thing that comes to your mind is, आलिया भट्ट को लड़का होने वाला है या लड़की होने वाली है? रशिया यूक्रेन का क्या होने वाला है? इसका क्या होने वाला है? So those are the problems that we are busy with all the time. We do not actually focus on the real problems. The opportunity is there for me to be an entrepreneur. The opportunity is there for me to do something extraordinary, to change things. But we are not ready to change. Now let me tell you one story. There was a monkey living in jungles. So I visited a couple of jungles. I am a trekker. I love going into the jungles. I love seeing the nature. And I saw monkeys. they are addicted to any kind of lure that you give to them, chips or any kind of things which are made of salt, and they get lured with all of those things. So I saw that monkeys, they have so many fruits, so many wonderful things to eat in the jungle, but they become desperate behind what we carry in our tiffin. So similarly, there was a monkey which was living in a jungle, and best of the mangoes, his jungle had best of the mangoes, but he was not happy with those mangoes. And if you give that mango to anyone, probably in Middle East, they would buy each of those mango for 10,000 or 20,000 rupees. That quality of mangoes, but the monkey would get. So there would be a few people, so people want to go there, but people who, the monkey catcher, he wants to go in the jungle and he wants to catch the monkey so that he can bring the monkey back, put the monkey in a prison, in a cage, and then people can come and enjoy. People can come and see that. So that monkey is how he is caught, that monkey. So they take a small container over there in which they put some snacks, some chips, some wafers, they will put inside it, so that monkey can put his hand inside. But when the monkey tries to bring his hand out, he is not able to bring his hand out, because he has to leave the chips. And if he is not ready to leave the chips, then he is caught. So that happens with the monkey, he is caught, and rest of his life he spends in a cage. Again then he dies. Obviously everyone has to die. He dies, again born as a monkey, again same situation, again similar situation, again goes back into the cage. So he keeps on repeating the same thing again and again for hundreds of his lifetime. Nothing changes. We have never seen monkey evolving. Millions of years it has been, and we have never seen monkeys evolving. So similarly, this monkey also never evolved. But fortunately, it so happened that in the jungle where he was there, where he lived, a big monkey, a god monkey, he appeared over there and told him to stop one day. So he got very upset, he got very pissed off that I have an opportunity to go and grab that salty snack over there, and this monkey is stopping me. But because he looks more powerful, he looks so superior to me, so I have to stop. I cannot go and enjoy my snack. He feels very hard inside him that why cannot I go there and enjoy this snack? I want to eat it, I want to eat it, I want to experience it. Similarly, each of us will live hundreds of lives and continue to do the same. Might have aspirations to become an entrepreneur, might become entrepreneur for some time, exit, go back again to the same world. Might have some ideas, some great idea to execute, but may not execute because we all are caged by our habits. Each of you, each of us, I myself as well, we are addicted to things. Every day when things start, either we are starting the day late because we are habitual to starting late. We are habitual to sleeping late. That's the reason we get up late. We are habitual to those same things in the morning. You start your day probably with a poha or probably with a samosa or a kachori or a misal pav. Everyone from Nasik would mostly love their misal pav every day morning. But if you don't give up your habits, nothing is going to change. Whatever was your past is going to be your future. Nothing is going to change until and unless a force from inside comes out and says that I want to change. This happened with me and I changed myself. I was a very, very ordinary person. My father bought a Hero Honda for me, gave that Hero Honda to me. I got into a job. But there, working over there, I realized that I need to give up my habits. I was known as a chain smoker when I worked in that company. When I worked in RS Software earlier, my friends knew me as a chain smoker over there. Everyone wanted Piyush Somani only to go out and have a fag with. And I very soon realized that I don't want to create an identity like that. What identity I was being given in that organization, I wanted to exit that identity. I took a very strong decision. I will give up my habits. Anything that is trying to define Piyush Somani, I will give up. And I changed that. An ordinary boy created an energy inside, decided to change his habits. And then history happened. Within no time, as soon as I decided to give up my bad habits, immediately I started getting power, immediately I started getting that confidence. that I can do something on my own. So if you are addicted, you have to decide to give up on some habits. Now if I tell some of you sitting over here, what do you feel of a pizza or what do you feel of pani puri? Immediately people will start feeling hungry. Obviously 1.5 hour back each of you had your lunch. But as soon as I call pizza or pani puri, you start feeling hungry because you are addicted to it. It is no longer the need of your body, it is need of your mind, and your mind is addicted to it. So giving up habits is the beginning. If you want to become Jayesh, or if you want to become Lalit Gandhi or Mr. Hemant Rathi or Om Prakash Kulkarni, because a lot of people are not able to relate themselves to Om Prakash Kulkarni or Piyush Somani or Lalit Gandhi or anyone, because they say कि ये तो अभी यहाँ तक पहुँच गए, मैं कैसे पहुँच सकता हूँ? How can I be there? How can I reach over there? Because you are not ready to sacrifice something. In ancient mythology, they always said you have to sacrifice. So people started comparing sacrifice with a goat or with a chicken, and then you go and kill that animal, and that is what sacrifice. It is not that sacrifice. Sacrifice is something that is there inside you, which you give away to the God. To whomsoever you believe, whether you trust the Mother Earth as God, whether you worship the sun as the God, whether you worship any tree as a God, I can worship this podium also as a God. Anything and everything is a God matter. Everything has a God matter inside it. I can worship, I can commit now that yes, for your sake, I am ready to do this today. This is one change that I am going to do today. This is one change I am going to do tomorrow. After 1 month, I am going to give up this. Bigger your sacrifices, bigger your gains are going to be. So you have to first commit to sacrifice. This is the first thing to become an entrepreneur. Innovative ideas will start coming in your mind. You will start thinking of softwares that will change the world. You will start thinking of problems in the world. Because when you give up something, you feel very, very light inside. What happens? So I will explain the science also. When we give up something, we start feeling very light inside. Obviously, a bucket which was filled with so many things is now feeling empty. There is space to think. There is space to fill up with something better, something beautiful. And that is going to be your entrepreneurship journey. You will get ideas. You will find the right purpose. Now, I can keep on talking about purpose, but it is difficult. It is impossible to think of a purpose because you are already full. The bucket is already full. There is no space to fill anything in the bucket. So you have to find your purpose. How the journey starts? Typically when you complete your engineering or any kind of graduation, Jayesh had asked how many people are engineers, and I was surprised that more than 60-70% people here are engineers. How the journey starts after graduation or engineering? We start a job for passing the time. After we pass some time in that job, then we become professional. They start paying you more. You're doing a job, that's the reason after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, they start paying you more. Then you become professional. You become professional, then suddenly one day you start liking your job. Whatever you're doing, you start loving it. And you become passionate about it. Some people who are there in customer service, they love customer service, they start liking their job. A lot of people don't like their job, so they always remain in the first two layers of their life. One is passing the time, and second is professionalism. But there will be some exceptional teachers, like Sunil Chandak is here, he is a very strong guru, very passionate about training people. They suddenly develop that kind of a passion that I want to do something for people. I want to do something, I want to give something to the people. So people go to that layer, but again a lot of people come back from that layer to the first layer and keep on playing between the three layers only. Passing the time, professionalism and passionate. So repeat, you are again and again repeating the same cycle. But one day when you give up, when you decide to sacrifice, you start giving up a lot of things from inside. All of that starts getting emptied. Then you go to the fourth layer. The fourth layer is purpose, and that purpose is going to define your life. You will find that purpose in your life, and your life would be totally changed. My life is totally changed because I was able to find the purpose in my life. And it was very well planned by someone. And that someone continuously keeps on telling you to give up, to change. And I have changed and decided to be what I am today. Obviously, there are a lot of things that you were enjoying at some point of time. So as I told you, and Dr. Joe Dispenza also in his book, Becoming Supernatural, Dr. Joe Dispenza very well articulated that whatever is your past is going to be your future. 99.99999999% species living on this earth, nothing is going to change in their tomorrow. They will probably get old, and that age would appear on their face, on their body, and they will die. Again they will be born, and again they will repeat the same thing. Nothing is going to change in their life. They are all habitual to things which define their future. But only if you, so this is something which I would ask each of you, go back and evaluate what are you going to change inside you. Then and then only any innovative idea is going to come to your mind. So who wins a war? Now Russia-Ukraine war, what is your opinion? Like, how many of you think that Russia will win this war? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 5, 6 people feel that Russia will win this war. And how many people feel that Ukraine will win this war? Only one person feels that Ukraine will win this war, and others think that it will keep on going on. Okay, so 6, 7 people think that Russia will win. One person feels that Ukraine will win this war. Now, when America was fighting with Vietnam, who won the Vietnam war? Vietnam. And do you know how many people lost their lives in Vietnam? So from Vietnam side, 3 million people died, 30 lakh people died. And from America side, 70,000 soldiers died. So statistics wise, who won the war? Statistics wise, America won. But America exited Vietnam, and America came back, and for many, many years, Americans were depressed that they lost a war. It is not because America exited that war, but because America decided to give up. And Vietnam never gave up. So in the Russia-Ukraine war, Ukraine is the country who has suffered the most, but not ready to give up. If you want to become an entrepreneur, your journey has to be till infinity. If you decide, you have to fight till the end as an entrepreneur. अभी ये चालू करेंगे, 2-3 महीने में देखते हैं कोई इन्वेस्टर फंडिंग देता है तो नहीं देता है, नहीं दिया नया बिजनेस चालू करेंगे. माइंड में ये फिक्स है कि एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना है, लेकिन कोई फंडिंग देगा तो एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना है, किसी पर्पस के लिए एंटरप्रेन्योर नहीं बनना है. सो पीपल डोंट हैव any strong purpose in their mind to become an entrepreneur. Ukraine wants to be free, and Ukraine is fighting for its own freedom. So we have, okay, so sorry, yes, I'll continue quickly. I'll give you a story from my 3 friends who became engineers, and one of them so all of them, in fact, all of them joined IT majors. So Indian IT majors they joined. One of them came from there in 9 months, resigned from there in 9 months, and chose to join ESDS. Today he has innovated the vertically, automatically scalable cloud platform. One of them continued in one of the ITS companies for 2 years, left from there, got very frustrated, blamed me that because of you I joined this big company, and then he went to America, joined Microsoft, and he's doing extremely well over there. One of them continued in one of the majors for 4 years. He got so frustrated working in that environment that he resigned and started his own cosmetics shop. So you have to decide whether you want to work in a body shopping environment, or do you want to start a company where body shopping would be the business model. Do something innovative, come up with a product, come up with something that is going to change lives of people. Start a business model which is not just only focusing on making money by selling people, but it is focusing on solving problems of the people. If you decide to become an entrepreneur to solve, you will become one of the billionaires in the future. Don't aspire to become a billionaire. Aspire to solve problems, aspire to give back. As I mentioned, the planet Earth, the sun, the ocean, the trees, everything around you is trying to give you so much. And can we give back anything to all of them? That is what we have to think. So thank you very much. Thanks for this opportunity.